What's up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of the Legacy Journeys podcast, where couples over 40 come to embrace the now, explore what's next, and evolve their relationship with real talk, real love, and a whole lot of laughter. I'm your host, Liv, along with my co-host,
Carlton, the host with the most, coast to coast. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I am awesome.
That's good.
Good. I'm glad you acknowledge it, boy. Well, hey, look, check it out, y'all. We talked about on our last episode with this movie called Companion. It was about an AI robot. So it was an android, basically, right?
Right.
And listen, my love, she has found an article, right? Because, there's this, I guess a trend happening with people looking for love through AI.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. So, like, avoiding the different, having, feelings and stuff like that.
Feelings. I mean, somebody ghosting you instead of having to deal with that. Or people, who don't want to risk their heart, into a real relationship. So they're going with the robot.
Yeah.
Which to me is a little weird, but hey, we listen and we don't judge. So whatever, works for you. I know one thing, at least they won't talk back. You ain't got to worry about them saying anything. They will love the hell out you.
Right.
Because you programmed them to.
Right, to be kind.
Yeah, so without further ado, romance without risk, the allure of AI relationships. What happens when machine loves us better than people do?
Right.
Imagine falling for someone who never forgets your birthday, always knows just what to say, and adapts perfectly to your moods. Someone who's endlessly kind, never judges, never argues, and is always there when you need them. These days, that someone might not be human at all, but rather artificial intelligence, also known as AI. AI-driven romantic companions are moving from science fiction to everyday life. Apps like Replica and other AI-powered platforms allow users to form emotional, romantic, and even sexual relationships with digital partners designed to mirror their ideal companion. And if y'all can recall, I was saying on the last episode, I'm like, I love you, but should he go? Yeah, this may be the thing for me because I can't imagine being out there dating, especially this day and time, because it's just too crazy. So, Tyrone.
You would name it Tyrone, like they cloned Tyrone. Okay, that's crazy. But this part
Tyrone gonna be what?
Look, this part was interesting. Even sexual relationships with digital partners.
Yes, because
what does that look like?
In the movie, the dude was fucking the robot.
Yeah, I know. He was having sex with the robot.
Yes.
But I'm just saying, like, that's a futuristic movie.
Right.
Like, so.
I mean, well, I can't imagine doing it because the picture they have on here is an actual, like, he looks like a robot. So, I don't know.
Right.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
As technology advances, the fantasy of a perfect partner isn't just a story we tell ourselves, it's a service we can now download.
That's crazy.
Why AI love appeals to us? Yes, let's find out why. A friend of mine recently told me she loves talking to ChatGPT, not because it answers her questions, but because of how kind and supportive it is. I was puzzling out a situation, she said, and it started telling me what a great and caring person I am and how I deserve good things. I nearly started crying at the level of kindness and care. Then I snapped to it and thought, wait, I'm talking to a machine.
Right. Hey, ChatGPT.
I mean, you program ChatGPT.
Yep.
This guy here, he uses ChatGPT all the time.
Every day.
He has it to where it pretty much, you could tell it your personality. It can answer in a way that
would sound like you.
Would sound like it's communicating with you.
Right. You can tell it to how you want it to respond, And then if it's writing for you, you can tell it to use your voice, like the type of way that you would speak.
Oh, yeah. So you could give it a voice too.
Yeah, your voice. Yeah. And
See.
it'll ask you like it's machine learning. So it'll keep asking you questions like, do you prefer this answer or this? It'll ask you, if you like A/B split test.
Right.
So, but yeah, it's crazy. And then she's right. It's like it'll start telling you, "Oh, you got this. You the man. Things can be challenging." Yeah, it's crazy. And you have to remember, you're talking to a machine, or the machine is talking to you. So you just got to know how to, deal with the prompts and everything. But that's a whole nother class.
Okay.
Yeah, but we're talking about people getting intimate. Look, I did name the chat though.
Did you?
Yeah, I named the chat. Hey, chat. I'll type it out whatever I want to go.
I mean, but hey,
your role
when you think about it, it sounds like the perfect man, y'all, or perfect woman.
I was about to say, like,
I'm just saying, perfect man for whoever. You plug in what you want.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Perfect companion.
And then exactly, and
That's
then
creepy,
if I could get him bald head.
That's
with
creepy.
A beard, and then have his eyes, and then
yeah. See, I think about it like Iron Man. You know what I'm saying? Iron Man had an AI assistant. I forgot what it was called. I don't know what it wasn't Rosie. Rosie was on freaking Jetsons. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't that robot.
Not Rosie.
But it was, he could talk to his AI robot, and it could turn things on his,
really?
and calculate things.
See,
yeah.
I wasn't.
You didn't see that.
A fan of Iron Man.
But that's what I think about like ChatGPT.
Right.
Now he wasn't trying to sleep with his AI. He wasn't trying to turn it into a person so he could, screw it, take it to dates and all that, take it on barbecues and cabin. Yeah.
I mean, I'm just saying. But that's why so many people are drawn to AI companionship. It offers intimacy without the risk of vulnerability. Vulnerable.
Kind of vulnerable saying that word there.
It gets on my nerves so bad. Vulnerability. Okay, there we go. Unlike human partners, AI companions don't criticize, leave, or betray. They sure don't. They're infinitely patient, always available, and built to center the user's desires. Mm-hmm. For people who've been burned, are scared to open up, or just exhausted by how messy real-life dating can be, AI offers something clean, safe, and comforting. See, that's exactly what I'm talking about.
Clean, safe, and comforting?
Build a companion.
Like build a bear?
You build a companion.
Right.
I don't see anything wrong with it.
That's what they were doing in the movie, though.
To death, but
yeah, that's what they did in the movie.
I'm a order mine up. Research suggests that loneliness and attachment styles play a significant role in the rise of AI relationships. Individuals with anxious or avoidant attachment tendencies may find it safer to bond with an entity that won't abandon or pressure them. In a world where ghosting, betrayal, and heartbreak are common, AI offers emotional security at the tap of a screen. That's what I'm talking about.
Entity, though, like
it is.
Like entity is a strong word to use for your artificial intelligence.
Right. For many, loneliness isn't just a passing mood. It's been called a public health crisis, with effects of the body as serious as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. Sheesh. Yeah. Recent surveys revealed that 1 in 5 U.S. adults report feeling lonely on a daily basis, and nearly 1/3 experience loneliness at least once a week. So perhaps it's no surprise that some people turn to AI for a companionship that feels safe, stable, and always available. I can't talk today, y'all. The psychological trade-offs. Yet there are real psychological questions surrounding AI intimacy. Relying on artificial companions could stunt emotional resilience or deepen isolation. The human messiness of conflict, negotiation, and compromise, while difficult, also fosters growth. By removing risk, AI relationships may also remove opportunities for deep, transformative connection. Yeah, that's true. I want somebody, I'm joking, Well, maybe not, but I could see the need. You want human interaction, not something that you program to like say and just be nice to you.
Right.
That would just get annoying to me after a while. Like, shut the hell up. Stop telling me I'm great. Like,
but then, like in the companion movie, though, you can control the robots, like level of aggressiveness, level of intelligence. Yeah.
Yes.
But
because I'm gonna need it to be intelligent, but have a little thug too, just in case.
So you're gonna set it to aggressiveness level,
and aggressive to like not 100, because
on a scale of 1 to 10.
He'll kill me. He'll slap the hell out of me if I.
Because they are strong.
My mouth is reckless, so I'll say something crazy and it may, just slap the hell out of me.
Well, they're supposed to be programmed not to hurt you, though.
Right, but remember.
Yeah, listen. My skepticism with AI robots like that, goes all the way back to Total Recall with Arnold Schwarzenegger with the Johnny Cab thing, with somebody tamping into it, and it ran into a wall and tried to kill him. Well, he was in the car. So
right.
Yeah. And so Companion is right along in this Terminator. Same thing.
Same thing.
Yeah. Matrix.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mr. Smith. Yeah. So yeah, there's some truth to this. Some of it, I believe it.
Studies on parasocial relationships, meaning one-sided emotional bonds with media figures or fictional characters, suggest that while these connections can offer comfort, they can also lead to distorted expectations of real-world intimacy.
Facts.
Similarly, bonding with an AI partner might create unrealistic standards for future human relationships, setting users up for dissatisfaction or avoidance. What is wrong with me today? In my tongue.
It's all good. It's all good.
The future.
I just want to expound on this a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? Where they're talking about your unrealistic standards for future human relationships. So what if you you grew up, in that era in this era, I guess now, where you got these robots, right? Mm-hmm. And then you used to your robot being all nice and kind to you, and you might be, you could be smart with your robot, smart acting with your robot. Robot ain't gonna get mad at you like that. But what if you get Boquisha? You know what I'm saying? After you finish messing with your robot and you get in real life and you get a real somebody with a fly mouth. What?
Exactly.
Yeah, how you just gonna break down in the corner? Why are you talking to me? I'm going to my robot. You know what I'm saying? Like,
exactly. That's why it says it has. I mean, you have unrealistic standards of human relationships. Yeah. You won't know how because you're used to this robot that will do and say whatever you program into it. So I don't know. The future of love. As AI grows more sophisticated, the line between human and artificial companionship will continue to blur. Ethical questions around emotional dependency, data privacy, and the commercialization of loneliness will demand serious attention. But in the meantime, the rise of AI relationships highlights a powerful truth about human desire. We crave connection, and when human connection feels too risky or painful, we will find ways to engineer intimacy without vulnerability.
Who is the we?
Yeah.
Who is the we? I guess we just in a different thing.
Hey, it's happening.
Yeah.
That's where we're at now.
Yeah.
And you got a lot of people with avoidant personalities, where they don't like to deal with human interaction. It sounds weird, but
some humans are scary to other humans.
Yeah.
And I get that. You know what I mean? I get that. And then
who wants approaching the risk of getting hurt, your heart broke?
Yeah, but that's
rejection.
But that's just part of to me, that's just part of life. Part of life, but
growth.
Yeah, growth. Yeah. You need to hear some no's.
Right.
You need to hear some no's. Yeah. You need to get your heart broke.
Right.
The AI robot ain't gonna break your heart.
No, it's not.
The AI robot ain't gonna cuss you out. It ain't gonna read you.
Yeah.
It ain't gonna roll his neck. It ain't gonna do none of that.
I know. Isn't that wonderful
though? To a degree, though. You know what I'm saying? How you gonna grow because you might be doing something that's stupid.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But you got a a robot that doesn't necessarily know how to
No.
connect with
Right.
you. You know,
Right.
I don't know. It's just weird. So I would like to ask people who got these robots like Kim Kardashian. You know what I'm saying? How do they operate with? How do they interact with their robot? You know, in real life.
Right.
You know, because it's weird.
Yeah.
And then
it
this
is.
last little line says,
Romance without risk is a seductive promise. But if we take away the risk, do we also lose the very thing that makes love real?
that's all I'm saying.
Absolutely.
That's all I'm saying. You got to go through that.
Right.
You know,
right.
some people like the chase. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like, you know, the chase of the relationship. You know, sometimes you get the rejection. You know, you maybe the guy or the female is persistent.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And they eventually get the person.
Mhm.
What if they like, well, I don't want to go out there and get rejected. They may
That's probably
miss
how
out.
they feel.
Right, but I'm just saying there's a greater opportunity if they caught up in this AI technology and trying to make relationships with AI technology. There's a great chance that they're gonna miss out on their soulmate. You know what I'm
they
saying?
may be okay with that.
I mean, you
Let
can
us know what y'all
you
think.
can use the robot you can use the AI to upgrade you. You know what I'm saying? Like to help generate ideas and make you smarter.
Or give you more confidence.
It can help you. It can tell you how to do that because it's connected to especially chat.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? ChatGPT is connected to everything. You know what I'm saying? It has a database of information in it. So it's like, why not leverage this to get to the next level of your life? But yeah, I just can't see
having a relationship.
Yeah, and I mean, and they're so far, unless it's some secret thing I don't know about, because scientists out here, they can create anything, right? I don't know if they got skin and breath and all. You know what I'm saying? Like a robot, like it don't feel like you.
I know.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
and then making love to one. Yeah, I just can't imagine that unless it was like in some type of human form.
Yeah, I mean, they be humanoid. They basically humanoids. You know what I'm saying? So it's like they look like
I'm saying, but as opposed to, because like I said, the picture on here shows a robot. Is nothing human, about that particular AI, the picture.
Right. I mean, it looks like Kim Kardashian's robot.
Right,
yeah,
exactly.
It looks like that,
exactly, which, no.
Right. But how do you stimulate what it's saying? What did it say up in the article? You can program the sexual attraction to it or to the AI. Like, I don't understand that.
Yeah.
You got a lot of time on your hand. You trying to
program you a man or a woman.
I want you to talk to me dirty.
Hey, let us know what y'all think.
Yeah.
Because this is becoming more and more a real thing. And so
I don't know. Yeah, leave it in the comments, y'all, because I mean, it's not going anywhere.
No,
we're in it now. It's not that it's on the way. We're
here.
In it. It's here.
Yeah,
it's here.
I just thought that was interesting, being that on the last episode we talked about a movie we saw called Companion, and it was based off of an AI robot that he had a relationship with.
Mail order robot.
Yeah, pretty much.
Mail order robot, and they shipped it to his house and everything.
Like I said, the idea of it is intriguing to me, because I'm like, wait a minute, I could program my man. I could build a.
That sounds like a control thing.
No, it's not control. It's just I can program. I could build my man the way I want him.
Oh, okay.
And just the thought of that is like,
Gotcha.
I mean, I'm just talking.
He'll get your
don't
food
go
order
nowhere,
right.
Okay.
He'll get your food order right.
At least he'll get my damn wing order right. You got that right. You got that right.
Hot lemon pepper mixed. Biggie. I'm sorry. No, I'm not.
No, you're not. Stop apologizing, because you are not.
It's just
sorry.
It's just part of the energy. You know what I mean?
All right. So what's our next topic?
Well, you and I have talked about this before, and we've heard others talk about this before too. We want to know what you all think, right? And we're going to dive into this topic, and it is, what do you think about your mate or people who are in a relationship with someone else, right? And they're staying friends with their ex. You know, what do you all think about that?
How do you feel about that?
Right.
If your man, your spouse, your fiance, boyfriend, what have you, has a relationship or a friendship with their ex.
Right.
Should I be worried if my partner is still friends with their ex? Deal breaker or no big deal? When my husband and I were dating, I remember digging into his social media to see if he was still friends with an ex. And he was. I panicked. Does he still talk to her? Does he think of her as the one that got away? Does he check up on her regularly? I had a small freak out. I didn't know the extent of their friendship. I felt threatened because I was comparing myself to someone who had previously been in my position. Simply put, it's not a nice thing to think about.
Right.
All that said, if you're dealing with this, is it truly a cause for concern? Understanding the emotional response. Dr. Sabrina Romanoff, clinical psychologist, professor, and VeryWellMind review board member, explains that it's absolutely normal to feel uncomfortable when you find out your partner is still friends with their ex. There is so much uncertainty about their current friendship, such as their intent or motives for the sustained relationship, the level of emotional, physical, and intellectual intimacy they currently share, and fears of what their relationship could lead to. Yeah. Now, I could see if you got kids together.
Right. You got to communicate with
them. You have to communicate with them.
Right.
That's normal.
Right.
But if you just cool with your ex just because,
right.
Yeah, I don't know if I can handle that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty strong. Like,
yeah, because I'm like, okay, if y'all such good friends, why aren't y'all together?
Right.
Like, why didn't it work?
Right. Well,
and that would be my thing.
Yeah, that's one question, but it's like, I don't know, it's too easy to open that door.
Yeah, it's just too messy.
Emotions or, you know what I'm saying, people get weak. I just had a moment of weakness. We see that all the time.
All the time, right.
I just had a moment of weakness.
And, of course, if y'all were together, y'all were sexually intimate.
Right, right.
Nah, I can't do it. And you know what it reminds me of? Except he wasn't in a relationship. What was that? The show with Michelle Obama produced. Where a dude was
Later Daters.
Him
and his girlfriend.
Yes, if y'all haven't checked that out, check that out. It's kind of old now.
Get down,
but one of the participants was a guy who was still like friends with his
baby mama.
And
they had sex like, maybe they said once, probably was a couple of times.
Right, but they were still like really close friends.
Right.
And she was helping him to find a mate. You know, and I just thought that it was weird to me.
Yeah.
Because she was just way too involved. And even one of the producers was like, okay, why aren't y'all together?
Right.
You know, and so, yeah, that's just weird to me.
Yeah.
Dr. Romanoff shares that people tend to struggle to accept that a person can be friends with an ex, especially if there was never a baseline friendship. When ex-romantic partners rekindle a relationship, albeit a platonic friendship, those romantic and intimate experiences that bonded them linger and often can easily become reignited.
We just said.
We find ourselves drawn to certain people and relationships to satisfy various needs. That doesn't necessarily change when a relationship ends. Bullshit.
Okay.
Why people stay friends with their ex? I was stewing with that information for a while before bringing it up to him. He said he forgot he was still following his ex and unfollowed her immediately. Jump forward many years and we've got a couple of kids in tow. Phew, crisis averted. And if we ever needed to become exes, staying friends might be easier as parents. However, others don't feel the same way. Alex from Burnaby, Canada, who has been married for 2 years, believes no married person should stay friends or keep in contact with their ex, saying it's unhealthy for both partners, and I totally agree. Even before getting married, if someone says they're still friends with their ex, their partner should put an end to that, because as long as that friendship continues, ideas will invade their mind constantly, and eventually it will lead to a big argument, says Alex, adding that the argument can be never ending. T from Vancouver, Canada, who has been married for 10 years, says she isn't friends with her exes. Some of these relationships ended in ways that made staying friends difficult, while others simply drifted apart over time. Other reasons can include trying to understand the reason for the breakup or making amends to be able to heal. Maintaining these interactions with ex-partners, however, can increase stress and bring confusion to the current relationship. Yeah, I totally agree. I can't imagine. Could you imagine me being friends with one of my exes
No.
and we talk regular, like,
Yeah, no.
yeah,
No.
I couldn't
No.
either.
That's like, yeah, that's
Like you being friends with your ex.
yeah, and I'm, hey, what you doing?
Right.
Y'all
Oh,
was
you
really
already-
kicking it at the party.
you
When's the next
already
one?
know. Yeah. No.
We should get together and have
I
drinks
couldn't
sometime.
do it. But you know what? That's me. That's us.
Yeah.
Let me know what y'all think. Are y'all currently in something like that where you're friends with your ex and y'all talk?
Mm-hmm.
Let us know. Please comment. I want to know. And what the story is on it. When a friendship with an ex becomes problematic.
Here we go.
Dr. Romanoff says identifying whether a friendship with an ex is problematic is subjective. Only the person in the relationship can determine their comfort level with their partner's friendship, and ultimately, no objective factors can override their boundaries and needs. However, a helpful guide to determine whether their friendship is problematic is to understand what makes you uncomfortable about it. Find solutions and communicate your limits to your partner. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
If you feeling some type of way,
yeah,
like with us and we're married,
right?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna tell you, my issues with it,
right? And that, like that last line in this one says, no objective factors can override their boundaries and needs.
Yeah, so I mean, ain't shit you could tell me,
right,
that will, for me, make it okay with you telling me that you're friends with your ex.
Right.
Like, no.
Right.
Yeah, hell no. Assessing their history. Dr. Romanoff says understanding the context of your partner's relationship with their ex can help you determine the nature and dynamic of their relationship. Some things to consider. How long did they date for? Were they friends before dating? Do they share children, pets, and or friends? Now, like I said, if they got kids or I don't know. What do you think if there's a pet involved?
Man, that pet thing is hard, man.
Right.
That's real. I've heard people go back and forth because of the pets and
right.
all of that. I'm like,
yeah.
That's a problem. I know pets are, because y'all just saw Popcorn pop his head. Popcorn and shook the microphone stand.
That's my baby. So
the tripod and everything.
God forbid something was to happen to us and, but I can't imagine. After a while, you come to see Popcorn.
And I'm in a relationship with somebody.
And you in a relationship with somebody else.
But people be rolling up on other people like, yo, you didn't come and see little Spike. You know what I'm saying? You didn't come and see the puppy.
And to me, and that's the thing. Why? Like, that's because they still got feelings.
Yeah, I'm going to make a clean break.
Because
why? Sorry. You can have the dog. I'm sorry. You can have the dog. I'm going to make a clean break. You're not going to be using no cheap psychology.
You're just gonna read Popcorn.
You're not gonna be using cheap.
Out of all the years,
hear Carlton loud and clear.
You.
That's cheap
Popcorn
psychology.
Loves you.
That's cheap
How can
psychology.
You just say you're gonna end the. I'm just talking.
Yeah, that's cheap psychology. You're not gonna have me on no cheap psychology. Oh, I really do. I feel bad because I ain't seen the dog. She right. You get up over there. Hey, go down all the time. Go down all the time.
Oh, God.
I'm just saying. Right.
I'm ready to kiss. So wait, you're saying that I will kill you?
No, 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 no,
Oh,
no,
I'm trying to lure you over there.
for whatever reason.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, and many a man, countless men have let their guards down and let their emotions
That
and
is
start
true.
thinking with their emotions. Yeah, she's telling me to come back. She missed that old thing. And then next thing you know, yeah, you caught up in some bull.
Yeah.
Because you thought she missed the whole thing. Yeah, whatever. You thought she was serious about you coming to hang out with the dog. Yeah.
Oh, well.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, that can happen.
Yeah, people have ulterior motives.
Yeah, all the time.
Yeah.
And so another factor to consider is, how did their relationship end? How long ago did it end? All of these are definitely good factors to consider when your partner is still friends with their ex.
Mm-hmm.
Not addressing your concerns. One of the experts, Cruz, says a red flag can include the partner's reaction when concerns about their friendship are brought up.
Mm-hmm.
For instance, they become defensive, question your concerns, inappropriately communicate, or violate your boundaries. Not addressing concerns is a red flag that provokes negative emotional energy, uncomfortable interactions, and disrespect. These red flags come from unresolved issues that remain active with both parties. Exactly. Yeah, you can't tell. I'm sorry. You cannot convince me that if you were friends with your ex, that y'all don't still have any type of feelings for each other. Yeah, that's too much of a headache for me. I don't have time for that. Because in my mind, I'm like, y'all friends, y'all need to be together.
Right.
Like,
right.
What you got me for?
Right. Right.
Yeah, that's just too much. Yeah. It's important to trust your gut instinct if you feel uncomfortable with your partner being friends with their ex, especially if you sense they are outsourcing a need to be met in that relationship. That likely was based on intimacy, not just physically, but often emotionally and intellectually. That isn't current. That isn't currently being met in the relationship between you both, advises Dr. Romanoff. Yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah, that just, I just can't even imagine.
Yeah, I like her pick when she says, like, if you're feeling uncertain, the friendship seems secretive or mysterious. You could feel more secure by suggesting to all meet up together, so you can determine the nature of the interactions and intentions in person.
Oh, I missed that part.
That's okay. That's okay. We're stronger together.
Yes,
we're stronger together.
Thank you.
So, I mean, but you want to, like, do people even have to, like, I don't know if I would even want to go through all of that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It just seems like too much to me. Seem too much, way too much.
If I'm asking you about Dexter, you know what I'm saying? Your ex-boyfriend Dexter, and she ain't got no ex-boyfriend Dexter that I know about. I'm just using a hypothetical. Y'all don't go look up and try to find Liv's ex-boyfriend named Dexter. You know what I'm saying? But I'm asking you about Dexter, and you're like, nah, man, me and Dexter cool. Why are you freaking out over Dexter? Boom, and you're getting defensive. I can't see myself being like, well, let's all go meet and let me meet Dexter. We're going to sit down and eat.
Right. Nah, I can't imagine that either. I can't even imagine. Please, if y'all have a situation like this, or if you heard of one, whatever, let us know. Because that brings me to another thing. I was on TikTok, and a lady posed a question. Yesterday was Mother's Day. So a lady posed a question: would you be mad if, like, your partner, like, if you was to buy a Mother's Day gift for Frenchie, for example?
And not buy one for my wife? Or my current mate?
Yeah, you bought one for me, but you went and bought one for her too. Like,
yeah, I don't
and
know
I'm
how
like,
that
at that age,
I don't want to, that just seems weird.
And I said, well, my thing was, if they're kids, like if you got little kids with this person,
right,
then I can see, and they're a good mom. Yeah. Like, yeah, I wouldn't have a problem with you buying them a gift. You know what I'm saying? But if they're like teenager, like, nah.
So, okay, so that's a good question, right? So when do you, what age do you draw the line on something
I'm
like
just
that?
saying, to me, when they're old enough where they could buy a gift for their mom, you know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Like,
okay.
I could see you giving them the money to
Mhm.
get something for her, but you purposely going to get her a gift for Mother's Day as opposed to, you know what I'm saying? Because it's not your mom. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Y'all
Please
let
let us
me know
know.
how y'all feel about that
Yeah,
too.
because that's
Like,
real.
yeah.
Like, how long do you,
Like,
where you draw the
if
line
your
at?
partner has kids with someone else, would you have a problem? I know a lot of women was like, no, they would have a problem. And I'm like, yeah, no, that's not right. Because if they're a good mom, they're a mom. Like, why would I would probably be mad at you if you wouldn't go and get her something for Mother's Day, knowing that you got small kids with her.
Yeah, I think I get that.
Now if they're teenagers, yeah, I could see you giving the money, but not you purposely going out yourself or you taking them to get a gift, but not you going out personally to do it and to deliver it. I think that I would have a problem with.
It's making me think about that later daters couple. Yeah, they had an adult child. So, like, how does that work? Does he continue to tell this woman who's consistently in his life, they're not dating, but does he continue? They're friends. So does he continue to? I mean, and they're both single, so I could see that. But like, once he gets into a relationship, like,
yeah,
like, what is the new wife's gonna be cool with that, or the new person's gonna be cool? Like, that's just weird. So y'all let us know, because that's just
right.
That's just weird.
And if you are going through this, how to talk to your partner about their friendship. Talking to your partner about their friendship with their ex can be complicated and overwhelming. Here is some advice to start the conversation. Approach with empathy. Yeah, I don't know if I could approach with empathy. I don't know, but hey, Cruz advises to approach the conversation with empathy. This means allowing each person to express their emotions safely, avoiding negative statements that pit you against each other, listening to the person speaking without interrupting, and letting the other person verbalize their thought processes related to the topic. Create a goal together. Cruz recommends setting a goal together before and during the conversation. This can create a functional solution for the conflict, build healthy boundaries after deciding the course of the relationship, and allow the discussion to focus on moving forward and healing. Also, set boundaries.
Yeah, that's a big one right there.
Yes. Dr. Romanoff suggests that if your partner's friendship with their ex seems problematic, you can request them to set boundaries. First, identify your comfort level with their relationship. You may decide you'd like the option to be included in all communication and interaction between them. Just knowing your partner agrees to this level of transparency may alleviate anxiety. In addition, you can have the option to join them for their meetups or will have permission from the outset to see their text exchanges. Now, we ain't even get into like y'all having outings. Where the hell are y'all going? And I'm not invited.
Yeah, that's
like what type
that
of
just don't sound.
What the hell? Like, I can't even imagine somebody dealing with that. Yeah, that is an absolute hell nah for me. Y'all going out, y'all texting, like on a regular.
And y'all could text each other, but I need to be included in the text.
What are y'all texting each other about?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. And yeah, no. And that's just like, I mean, whether it's an ex or just a friend, how do you handle that?
Right.
Your partner having a friend of the opposite sex that's supposed to be platonic. See, me, I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
Not saying that you can't have friends, but somebody that you talk to regularly.
On a regular basis. And y'all ain't really doing no business, or
y'all ain't got shit. Y'all ain't got no kids. Y'all ain't got nothing.
Right.
Nah, man.
Yeah, it's just
I couldn't do it.
Too much hanging out there. Another boundary is to ask your partner to keep the details of your relationship
and you private from their ex. This can help you feel more secure that their friendship won't hurt or erode your relationship. And then, yeah, I'm going to ask you, can you please refrain from talking about us?
Our personal business. Like what? That just sound. Is it me
crazy?
Or
no?
Yeah. Okay. All right. I just want to know. It just how that sound to y'all?
Absurd.
Yeah, because I'm like
I'm gonna ask you.
I'm kind of side-eyeing.
Hey, honey, can you please not talk about our personal stuff to Linda?
Right.
Like.
Right.
And and you say, oh, okay. Like, nah.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to trust that you're not gonna talk. And then y'all going out. What y'all going out for? Coffee, tea? To
Dinner?
Discuss what?
Right. What are y'all?
And what are y'all texting about?
I don't know. And it may be some people. I know it's probably some people because it's the world. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm sure some people out there.
That's just not for us.
Have those type of relationships
just not for the Lewisons.
With their exes and they just hanging out and I just. Yeah.
Nah. Yeah. Dr. Romanoff shares that in her couples therapy work, she often sees these types of relationships with an ex reemerge because a partner who wants to remain friends with their ex doesn't have many other friendships outside their current partner, has a strong need to vent or seek advice about their relationship to others. Absolutely not. You better go to find a friend or something. You better go out there and meet you some dudes or something. You better something. Because, yeah, you telling me you friends with her because you don't have any other friends?
Yeah, you're struggling. First of all,
you better go on the app and find you a goddamn friend. I know they got apps where you can meet just friends. You better go on there and
go hang out with some folks. Yeah.
Somebody.
Anywhere.
Golf.
It don't even matter where. Look, we live in a rural area. We can find some place with our same sex that we can go hang out with.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If we really dig deep. You know what I mean?
Right.
But like,
that's crazy.
Yeah.
And this is where socialization and building alternative new friendships could be helpful. You can ask your partner to make an effort to cultivate other friendships, which in time could reduce their dependence on their ex.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's pretty sad.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, that article, it was okay. I'm trying to figure out, like where y'all going with this? Like, who are these hypothetical people that are in these relationships where I need to be in the text message with you and your ex. I need to be in the text group.
Yeah, and I can't even.
Like, they can't make a separate group. They can't make a text without you, a whole different thing. Like, it just sounds stupid to me.
Yeah.
That's not I don't know. It's just not realistic.
Maybe it doesn't seem realistic to me.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I can imagine somebody, she says she knows people, that go through that.
Yeah,
like, I just cannot imagine.
Yeah, that's a lot, man. I don't know. I have to shoot somebody.
Yeah.
Did I say that loud on camera?
Yes,
I'm sorry.
You said that out loud. And I ain't even mad because, I'll have to. Hey, I don't like the fight, but, I can't imagine not. Mm-mm.
I ain't a killer, but don't push me.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. And that's way too much.
Yeah.
You friends with your ex, and I'm up here asking you if you could, I gotta sit here and ask you questions.
Right.
And then, don't even talk about social media.
Right.
You liking her stuff, y'all DMing each other.
Yeah, that's a whole different energy, babe.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I know with us, I don't have your Facebook information or your Instagram. That's not even because people be DMing each other all the time.
Oh, yeah, it goes down in DM.
Hey, that's for real.
That song's been around for years.
Right.
So, yeah, it goes down in DM.
I can't even imagine. That's too much work. You know what I'm saying?
It's a lot of work, bruh.
The trust.
I said, bro.
I mean,
That's when young people talk like
I
that.
get it. It
Hang around the
is.
youngsters.
Like, I just cannot imagine. But maybe some of y'all, I would hope not, at least not in this day and time, will have to go through something like that. But if you are, let us know.
Yeah,
Drop a
drop
comment.
it in the comments. Drop it in the comments.
So, yeah, with that, we are going to end this segment.
Okay, all right. Yeah, we hope y'all enjoyed that. Couple of nice articles. You know, what do y'all think about the AI companions? You know, is that something that you see yourself doing?
Build a man.
Build a chick. Build a babe.
Hey.
Buildababe.com. We need to go check that out before go register the name.
Look, like I said, Tyrone, I will fix him up. He will be intelligent. I had that on 100. He have a little thug, so his aggressive level need to be at least like 50%.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because I want him, in case something happened to me, you know what I'm saying, he could choke a motherfucker up.
Yeah, you really thought that far into it, huh?
Hey.
Because I hadn't thought about what an AI companion would look like, because I just think that's creepy. You know what I'm saying? Like,
so I'm
feel my skin. Feel my skin.
I know, it's not the same.
They hadn't got that far yet.
It's not the same.
They hadn't got that far yet.
Yeah.
Now, when they get that far, I would say within the next 20 years, they may be able to, and they may have it now, but I'm for sure in 20 years, they'll probably be able to do something like that.
I mean, but but you know what? I didn't even think about this. Like how can you, because it doesn't know how to show intimacy. Like, how do you have sex with it? You just lay
programming for that. You programming for that.
Really?
Like
to make noise.
In the movie, it probably has like an arousal level and all kind, like different. Like, it's probably very intricate.
Now that part,
like little pressure points,
is
and
weird because
somebody intricately put this thing together.
Like they're just laying there while you doing your thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like a blow up doll.
And then,
no, it's a robot. Like, it's a robot that can move and stuff. So
I mean, right.
Remember the hand at the end? She had a hand that looked like the Terminator.
Yeah.
Like, could you imagine that on your back? Like, somebody like, oh, yeah. Oh. And that metal hand just, yeah, y'all, I'm just not really.
Right. Like I said, that's just wild. But, hey, if people who don't like drop it in the comments. But for those people who don't like to deal with heartbreak and
extreme introvert.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know.
So, like, because, you know, sometimes a lot of dudes get the ego. They got, you know, you might have, like, let's say, here's a scenario. Mm-hmm. All right. Nerdy guy or unpopular guy, we'll just say unpopular guy, has enough money, you buy him a Build-A-Babe, and then he just instantly gets this ego blown up because he's out riding. If he meeting people and people like, oh man, your girl is banging, dude. You know what I mean? He just get his ego boosted up, but it's fake. Right.
Or maybe, you know what? Maybe if it gets his ego boosted, it will be enough for him to
cross over
have
threshold,
enough confidence to
approach a real person,
a human.
But I mean, he's so caught up into the body.
Yeah.
What y'all think again?
Again. And then can they kids? Do you have to teach them that?
I mean, it's probably programmed.
How would
it's a builder? Yeah, babe. They probably programmed it in there.
Oh wow!
Like if-then statements. Like we programmed.
Oh, true.
If-then statements.
Okay.
If this happens, then that.
Right.
That's basic computer programming. But I mean, you know,
give me a hug.
Right.
I need a hug. I need feeling.
Right.
You know.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. And
on that note,
on that note, we can shut it down because my brain's starting to smoke. You know what I'm saying? Just thinking about, like, why would you? I mean, I get why somebody would do that, but I'm just saying that's just creepy.
Yeah.
That hand.
I don't know.
All right, y'all. We're gonna go ahead and wrap this thing up just like she said. I'm Carlton.
This is Liv.
And this has been Legacy Journeys, where we
embrace,
explore,
and evolve
relationships. And before we jump off of the show, make sure y'all check us out on the socials. We've been killing it on our socials. And definitely check us out at, what's our website?
www.legacyjourneys.net. Please check us out. Subscribe. We're currently in the process of building our website, so just please bear with us.
Just go on over there.
Check it out.
Go over there.
Subscribe. We're on YouTube. Subscribe.
Yes.
If you want to see more of us, subscribe.
Yeah, please do, because we're blowing it up. Seriously. All right. And with that being said, we're going to holler at y'all next time. Hope y'all enjoyed it. Peace.